Visibility can be challenging for us or you if someone's perception of you has been problematic for you in your past, meaning
Mm,
that you being in their line of sight made you unsafe, or um, you were the person that people picked on, because you were there and an easy target.
yeah,
And so we're asking you to then go put your face out there to market yourself and, be as visible as you can as a business owner, um, because it's your business, right? Who else
right.
to do this? And it can bring up a lot of nervous system responses of feeling unsafe, um, or that you might be, the target of something of bullying. And so we're asking you to do something from a logical standpoint to promote your business that your nervous system hasn't caught up to yet. And so I think that's why it's important for us to recognize that if you've had these experiences and someone tells you, just write an article, just do a video, just whatever. And you say, why can't I do this? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do this? It's because your nervous system is still operating in this trauma experience that you're having, and doing the thing the person's asking you to do does not feel safe, at a nervous system level. And so honestly, I see the visibility piece of marketing being as challenging as the money piece for a lot of people I work with.
Mm.
They can do a lot of other facets within the business, but the marketing piece really is hard for them.
Yeah, there's a lot of value and like being able to explain yourself clearly. And if even if it's just like I have a bad experience as a kid at doing public speaking, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'm asked to show up and lead a webinar, that can be really troublesome for us. And we don't always make that correlation of, oh, this happened to me in my sophomore year of high school and people laughed when I was reading to the class and now it's impacting me, in my 30s, 40s, 50s, because
Mm-hmm.
it really was a milestone important experience that I haven't dealt with, like you said, at a nervous system level.
Yeah, being perceived by people you do not know, regardless of whether it's online, in person, at a wherever, being perceived by people that you do not know brings your nervous system online to in a threat response if
Right.
you are someone who has a trauma background.
Yeah.
Just being perceived by people.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And that like kind of fight or flight response, the adrenaline, the cortisol all kind of kicks in to say something could happen here.
Hmm.
That panicky moment. And there may actually and your brain can say like, no, this is fine. I'm at a conference. I'm just
Yeah.
meeting people. What's the big
Hmm.
deal? But in the back of your head, if
Hmm.
you haven't worked through the nervous system stuff, you're right. Like it could be really problematic and keep you from, it could hold you back from certain opportunities because of it. Yeah.
Hmm. Yep, exactly. And I see this a lot, and so one of the things that I think we hear a lot around marketing is put yourself out there everywhere. And that doesn't necessarily work. Um, Always do, even from a strategy point, but also from a nervous system standpoint. So, getting to really know what marketing looks like for you to feel safe and secure and to feel like it makes sense to you and that you recognize that this way of marketing myself will require me to use more energy to try and manage my nervous system as opposed to this other way of marketing myself that feels a little bit more in line with how I feel safe and the energy expansion I have to give right now because we are all low on energy.
Yeah.
Um, that makes a big difference because when you think about marketing as a category, there are so many ways to do it. When I talk to my clients, we're talking about how trauma can show up in their money and how they manage their employees and trust. This marketing umbrella is big though, because it's so many different things just within that. So it is so overwhelming. And I think it's where people get stuck a lot when they have, these experiences.